very good planner.
He was a go-getter.
Even if everything looks so negative, and they will rise up to it.
Someone I can sleep, knowing that my money with him is very, very safe.
So he's a spectacular man full of ideas and full of life.
Seinde can start collecting stones and start thinking of how to turn the stones into diamonds.
My name is Seinde Olusola. I'm second to the last born in the family of 9, I think. My father has 2 wives, but he also had 2 male children, but one is late. I went to St. Stephen's in Modakeke, Ife. I remember after that I went to St. Charles Grammar School in Oshogbo.
We were classmates, and we happened to be in the boarding house that time. It was sort of a regimented life, waking up in the morning, because we didn't have water in the school. So we have to trek all the way to a public school then. They call the place Okeayepe. That's the area. So we go to that school, and there was only one tap there. So we go with our buckets to take our, we have to struggle to wrestle your way out of just getting water quickly, and then you have to still fetch a bucket for the senior, because you'll be attached to a senior whom you're going to be serving. He wasn't the kind that will give in to any bullying by the senior or even his classmates.
Seinde is a very respectful, loyal, typical Yoruba, respectful boy. When he was going to Yaba College of Tech, they were always in my studios. So we became a big family. I became like a big brother to them. And it was very easy to take him. And it was very easy for all of us to meet at that time.
When I left school, the first thing I did was, I never worked for anybody apart from my youth corps service days. So my youth corps service days, I remember those days I had a car, so I had some of my few things in the car, and I have a flat. So my own is, as long as my youth corps money can pay for my flat, every other thing I will manage.
During NYSC, he has our daddy's car. 404, is it 404 or 405 GL there. So they will use it as kabu to make extra money. That is the business attributes in him. Makes extra money apart from the money, apart from his alawi as a copper. And he used that one to sustain himself. The first business I know he did was dry cleanings. He was doing dry cleaning services. At that time, he was living at Bagada. That was before he got married to his precious wife, Tini Tope.
We actually met through a friend of mine who's related to him. That was shortly after university days. We were just hanging out somewhere, and I met him through her. He was quite romantic, more romantic than I am, funny enough. He would surprise me with little cards, with romantic words and all that. And, pick me up after work every day and things like that.
I studied graphics. So I was doing greeting cards, calendars, logos. I did logo for a lot of now successful people. I will go from offices to do all this. Yeah, later I went to pure advertising with a couple of my friends called OM&I Advertising Limited. Later, along the same time I had that one, I also have a dry cleaning company called Sparkling Wash. And I used to go to higher institution schools to collect their clothes, wash it, bring it back for them. Then I tried to relocate to America. And, of course, for some people it worked, but for me it didn't. It was like, what am I doing here? The money wasn't even the thing, the fulfillment wasn't there. So I came back in 1999, 2000.
He was a go-getter. He was driven. So, I saw that when he's thinking of something, or when, he wants something, or there's an idea, or he would just go after it with everything. So it's like you could just count on him to come through with whatever it was. So that really inspired me a lot.
I went to telecommunication. I remember that vividly. They first introduced Starcoms. So me and my wife bought Starcoms. We were working together at party packs, unique party packs. You know, I remember those days I would wear clown, she would wear fairy godmother, I would go to parties and be entertaining children and stuff like that. So when we went to the Starcom's office, there were so many people trying to buy a recharge card. It was such a mess. So the idea came to me. You know, I also have this ability to develop ideas from anything. If I keep looking at things, I'll try to find solution to it. So I went to them. Why are you selling your recharge card only in one point? Why not let us buy it and spread it out to other people? So they bought the idea, but they couldn't give only me, so they gave other people. So I would say dealership in telco actually started it. So, you know, we started selling that's far before GSM. We started selling the Starcom card and we became so successful, like very, very big. From there we went to, from Intercellular to Multilinks to Starcoms. Then the GSM started. And when the GSM started, I didn't see any need to do it because I already have my network and everything. But all the GSM were after me. They wanted me to join them because I already have existing network.
We met when the GSM started, and I think that's way back in 2001. So, okay, now we can put a timeline to it now. So if we're looking at the event, he was one of the major players, and I was one of the major players as well. So we had a synergy that even it took a lot of people really, they had to really look down into our businesses to understand which is which between both of us, because we are almost like glued together in the way we do things. If you find him in a particular network doing certain things, you will find me almost closely behind him. And when I say behind him, it may be, let me put it this way, the right word is actually behind him. So it's like if he goes to MTN, for instance, to buy stock, I will not buy from them. So I'm going to queue behind him. Whatever he buys is what I will sell. So same thing with me. If I go to Airtel and buy stock, it's going to queue behind me, then that's how we roll it.
He was doing the telecoms business, but then he wasn't selling phones, in 2002 when everybody started using the mobile phone in Nigeria. So he started selling phones, and so he now decided that, okay, now that he has started selling phones, he can put me in one of his offices to manage his phone center. So I said, fine. So I was working in the bank, but I'd always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Also, when I met him, I knew he was a good entrepreneur, and I wanted to have like a mentor. So, but of course, I didn't tell him that because I didn't even know that was a word anyway. So I just wanted to see somebody doing business. So I started working with him as the head of the phone shop. He had a phone shop. It was a new one. So he gave me a target. He told me that every month I must meet like ₦1 million every month. So I was like, ₦1 million. But I like challenges, so I got into it. And then first month I met it, and then he gave me commissions, and so I started making money. So I was excited. So I stayed with him for a while, and then at a point I said I wanted to be on my own. So I said I wanted to open my own shop so that he can be giving me those stock for as in credits, because of course I didn't have so much money to do telecoms. So he agreed, and then I went to open my own shop, and so I started the business. That was where my entrepreneurial journey started from. Started selling phones and recharge cards. I became like a sub-dealer. All thanks to Mr. Seinde, because he gave me the platform.
There was a company called Teila. I think it was owned by the Odukales also. I never knew them. I just bought stuff from them. But I ended up being their major dealer in buying most of their stock, even though I wasn't the dealer of Econet in those days. So the Econet people had to come looking for me to become the dealer. So, I became very, very big. In 2004-05, we ran into a problem. And the company ran down. We had a lot of challenge that I actually attempted to commit suicide at that time.
This challenge brought Seinde closer to God.
A lot of things happened. We went to, I had to take the police and the FCC and go to court. We won the case 2011. It was after that I was actually free to come out again and work and be myself. Because between 2004 to 2007, the idea that, you stole bank's money, even people will see me and say, when did you come back? That I ran away, and all sorts of things like that. So we started again in 2011, 12. I went back to the same telco. I became successful again. I stopped. From time to time, I sold cars. Auto Toys Limited. I did so many things.
He's a dogged and determined individual. Nothing can hinder him from, venturing. He's determined. He's full of pursuit. Nothing stops him. No matter, even if everything looks so negative, Seinde will rise up to it. And then strategies upon strategies will just start to build up. And before you know it, you see him coming out strong.
Seinde had a public relations company. And there were 2 other partners. But he was the one that was relating with me the most. He was... they were doing our flyers, our billboards, our calendars, and a host of other things. Up till now, his company, one of his companies, still runs our services for our telephones and everything that needs to be done with telecoms companies. That went on, and then we celebrated the 5th anniversary of Supreme Stitches. And in between that time, I decided that I wanted to also open a branch of my business on Awolowo Road. By the time they were done with the boutique, you could almost say that that boutique is located somewhere in New Bond Street in London. When you enter inside, it was nice, it was cute, it was beautiful. And everybody that entered in there could see that a lot of work had gone into it and a lot of creativity had gone into it. Of course, there were beautiful clothes in there. And the relationship developed, and I later met his wife, who was running a business for children's parties. I think it was called Unique Party Packs. And we got very, very close. We've been family friends ever since then. I believe that it's been 34 years since I met Seinde.
getting to the perfume thing, right? That one happened just before the pandemic, right? I've always thought in the perfume story, right? In 2004, as at that 2004, I already have over 1,000 bottles of perfume at that time. Then, of course, my wife would singing to my ear that I'm possessed or something has happened. Okay, because every Sunday, you sit down and clean your perfumes and maybe something is happening to you. So I bought it. I gave out all the perfumes, leaving only one. Thinking, of course, I had problems at that time. So anything anybody tells me is always like, maybe they are right. But I found out that by 2009, 2010, I've started collecting perfumes again. But this time around, I have to keep hiding it, you know, because once you can say your perfume, I go, what happened? So I will keep them in the car, come down, get down at about 12 midnight to pack those perfume and put them on the display table. She didn't, you know, I was gradually building up the thing until before pandemic that I now saw some couple of people with their perfume page on Instagram. So the first thing I did was to run to her, look. I thought I was crazy actually. I thought something was wrong with me because, you know, now just look at these people, they have perfume. They don't even have for what I have. And they are happy to show it off. That made a lot of change in me. You know, I opened my own page, put the perfume on my page and everything, and boom, people started trying to come to my house to look at them. You see people begging me. One guy came to my house and was practically begging that, Uncle, let me see your perfume. I said, my perfume is inside my room. You cannot enter my bedroom. He went to my wife, begged my wife was so embarrassed. I had to ask me, okay, take him upstairs. So I took him upstairs and we spent the whole day in my room checking perfume. So the moment he left, my wife just told me, look, carry your perfume, just take it downstairs. Find a place. You can't be bringing strangers to our bedroom and stuff, which I did. And on doing that, I'm posting it. I even posting that somebody came to my house to look at the perfume. I now started getting requests from different people, asking me they want to come on Sunday. Some of them will have their birthday. They will come with their wife and spend the whole birthday with me. Obviously, I was the one entertaining them for their birthday. I was giving them food, giving them drink. They will spend the day on Sunday. So Sunday nearly became a mecca in the house. That everybody wanted to come and check the perfume. So we decided to get an office that's outside of the office where you can take in anybody without bringing them to your home. So we got a space in Oriental. And that's what developed to us selling perfume.
In the whole of Nigeria, in the FRAGCOM, I'm the first person that had the privilege of visiting Egmon's house. And not just visiting his house, I had the privilege of walking into his bedroom, his matrimonial bedroom. I felt it's a privilege because, I don't think anybody else has experienced that. And he did that because of the love and the trust that he had for me. And then it was amazing for me. I felt touched because I wondered how someone that maybe he had only known me, maybe that was maybe like 6 months into our relationship. And he said, he knew me well enough and he trusted me to take me to his bedroom to show me his collection, which he did, and I'll never forget because I was blown away.
Seinde is an astute businessman. Seinde can start collecting stones and start thinking of how to turn the stones into diamond. He thinks of business all the time, and anytime he, starts on a venture, Seinde takes it to the highest level. When he started the perfume business, he had been collecting perfumes for I would say maybe 30 years. Yeah. If you enter his room, his tabletop is always filled with perfumes. So one day I went to visit him. That was about 2 years ago. And I entered this sitting room. He just said, sister, come and see. And a part of his sitting room has been turned into a studio. And I saw bottles of perfumes. He made a shelf already for them. And he said he was turning it into business and that he wants to start something that it will be like a museum. People will have to pay to come and smell the perfumes and things like that. I said, how can that be possible? So because I want to smell perfume, I should come. Are you selling them? He said, no. that he just wanted to open he just wanted to start something like a museum. And now, I'm not surprised that he has expanded the business.
For me, I can say if you're looking for grace, this is a pure example of it. Because it's like a circle. So I can't really say every part of my life is a turning point. You know, everything is not there. I don't consider anything as a problem. That's the honest truth. I consider everything as a stepping stone. So things happen to you to create opportunity for you. So it may not be what you want, but it is not a problem. It is a turning point.
He's a gentleman. He's a thorough businessman. He loves doing business. He's always coming up one idea or the other. And it's always about business with Seinde. He talks about business and he loves his football. So we had can I set up what we call like a fan club, fan zone, we call it fan zone. So we talk about football there, we talk about politics. Although I came out of it about 2 years ago because I couldn't take the heart of Man U. And, but we always catch up from time to time. But he's a family man. He loves his family. He's very hardworking as well. I wasn't surprised when they came out with Seinde signature. It's something Seinde can do. So we don't know what next project is going to come up with. So he's a spectacular man full of ideas and full of life.
If Uncle Seinde walk in here now and he sees you, everybody is sitting down. Sis, Angel, okay, Jesse. And you know that kind of a thing. When he comes in here, I say, Uncle Seinde, yeah, what? If discuss business, can he come? And he will sit down, he will listen to you, he will help you. So many things, so many people. Even in this my store, when Uncle Seinde call, if we don't see Uncle Seinde in a week, we're missing him already. We'll start calling you, the youngest grandfather, and he walk in, hey, I want shirts here, I want shokoto here, you know, things like that. Myself and Uncle Seinde and his whole family, we have become one.
Seinde Olusola Seinde, well, I would say he's a very intentional person. Never say never. A spirited human being. He doesn't believe in no for an answer. Tenacious person, I would say.
The only principle I live by is very simple. Be happy. Do things that make you happy. Go all out, seek your happiness with everything you need. Right? And happiness is not something that anybody gives you. It's your reaction to anything. Right? You own everything. Everything is within you already, but you have to seek for it and bring it out of you. So that's actually my own motto. When I told my wife that, I really haven't had any party. She celebrated the 40th birthday, supposedly a surprise birthday, but of course I got to know. I had to pretend as if I didn't know. You know. Well, that's my 40th. 60th, I decided that I'm going to do it because I've had near-death experiences in the past couple of years with, things that killed other people, but I survived it.
Seinde has always been a great person, business-wise. We've done things together and I didn't have anything to complain and to worry about. I always love to support his business. And he's somebody that always supports you as well in anything you do. Business, moral support, it's there for you.
I don't do parties in most cases. People know that when they say they want to go to parties, for me to be at your party, you are extremely close to me. It just doesn't move me. But I have a wife that is very supportive. So I always push her forward. Please, go to this place. But I relax when I walk, when I think. I think a lot. I think I try to get solution to every problem. I try not to see things the way people say it.
He has less time. While you're all sitting around and maybe you're saying, let's even do something together, let's watch a movie. It's like he's just restless. Within the next few minutes, he's saying he wants to go somewhere else and the rest of you are just left there doing whatever you want to do. So sometimes it can be frustrating.
He's a very hard worker. I can remember from us being children, he would get up in the morning, go to work, come back in the evening. And that is very inspirational to me. I mean, that's something that when I started working, I mean, I just looked to. That was an example that was there for me. He's also a very good listener. He listens to you, listens to your problems. I mean, and that has also been inspirational to me because, like, I also try to be as good a listener as he is. If I can be half of the listener that he is, you know, I think I have made it.
I would say he's open, but I don't think he has time for nonsense. So if, like, it doesn't matter who you are, Sha, you know, if you are not falling in the right line, he would, you know, put you in your place, you know. But aside from that, he's still approachable, you know. I don't believe anybody can't come up to him and talk to him about something and then he wouldn't come up with a solution on the spot. That's something he always is very good for. That I don't even understand how he does it. When I see him watching football sometimes, the way he'll be sweating and, you know, one time he had to put tissue paper inside the shoe so that the sweat will not soak the shoe because his team was losing, you know. But I wouldn't say football. I would say when he's with all of us, like his entire family, and then we all go out for a nice dinner and all that. That's when you actually see him in his most relaxed state, and you know, he's more what's it called? He's always approachable, Sha, you know. But I just mean, you know, acts about more relaxed. I would say is when we're all in a good environment and we're all together. You know, that's when he's most relaxed to me, Sha.
Very first time I met my father-in-law, he was very welcoming, very open to me and my family, and since then it's been a wonderful experience and a wonderful ride, you know, because I mean he's a very, very nice person, and you know he's someone you can talk to. He's someone you can approach over any matter or any situation, and he's ready to guide you in the right path, you know, basically.
In terms of training, I think he's the more liberal of my parents. He always allowed us do what we felt like doing. I don't think he wasn't very tough, and I actually think that's a good thing because we were able to find ourselves and decide things for ourselves. So he's more of, you know, if this is what you want to do, I'll support you, and I would, you know, make sure that you're safe while you're doing it.
Life is always, you know, good with Seinde. I mean, he's someone that I always want to be with. Seinde is a champagne person. What I mean by that is he likes to drink champagne. So anytime I'm having a party, I like to keep his drinks separately, right? And aside just having fun together, talking about work, family, business, most of the time when we sit down, I mean, having these parties I'm referring to, it's just so much fun, you know, sitting down with him and then having a drink.
In 2004, when I had the major issue with telco, I should have continued doing telco, but I stopped because the problem was enormous. You know, I could have continued because the people that are there and continue, you know, they became super successful, which brings me down to another thing that I discovered because of that. That the only ingredient that you need to be successful is to be consistent. So everything that comes to you in life is actually trying to teach you or move you forward. We don't build ourselves by I'm fine. We build ourselves through problems. The ability to, you are not really a man or you are not really successful until you know how to manage success or until you know how to manage crisis.
Pray, as you are now 60, you will see God in another dimension. Many happy returns, long life, and prosperity in Jesus' name.
Happy 60th birthday to you, Seinde. Today is your day. Welcome to the club, my baby brother. I call you baby brother because you are the one after me, even though you are a grandfather. I wish you long life, prosperity, and in good health.
My brother Seinde Olusola, a happy 60th birthday. I thank God for your life, and I pray that God will continuously be with you in good health. You shall celebrate many, many more years, and I thank God that I've been blessed with such a wonderful brother like you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Seinde. Happy birthday to you, Seinde. I congratulate you on your 60th birthday. You are welcome to the 6th floor. God Almighty will continue to take care of you, take care of your family. God will meet all your heart desire.
I wish the best for everything, see, I don't have words to describe the things I wish. Because my dreams, my goals, and things I have in my head is bigger than who I am. If I start telling you, say, Alpha, how do you want to get there? Well, I wish so many things for myself. Above all, good health and peace.